Hello, guys. A very warm welcome to the session number 49. And in this session, we are dealing with a very new chapter that is a new trends. It's a new chapter, and the chapter name is a new trends. And here we'll be learning about. The subtitle is the concept. The concept we'll be explaining today. We'll be learning today is globalization of Indian business. Okay, recap. Do not forget. We have we have studied about and learned about YEPEDA. Before that, we have learned about YEMPEDA. YEPEDA is Agricultural Product Export Development Authority, and MPEDA is Marine Product Export Development Authority. So let us proceed. So the simple objective is to make you understand the scope of the globalization, what globalization is, and the session outcome of the session you'll develop a very comprehensive outlook about the globalization. Now here, what are the contents in the session number 49? You'll be knowing the meaning of globalization, definition of globalization, advantages of the globalization, and of course disadvantages of the globalization. Here, meaning of globalization. Globalization means the speed up of movements and exchanges of human beings, goods and services, capital, technologies, or cultural practice all over the planet. It means like goods moving from from one country to any country, from one country to another country without any kind of obstacles between them, and the same with the services, technologies, people moving from one place to another, thinking that it's just a small village. So globalization is just makes the entire world a very small village where there is no obstacles, where there is no kind of stopping from the movement of the goods or the exchanges of all these, from the goods to the human beings to the services to the capital and the technologies and even the cultural practices. This is what globalization is. Globalization is, though it's a small term, and but it encompasses so many facts, so many concepts in itself that it is very difficult to put up in one word. And just the one sentence which can do justice is that the globalization makes the entire world as a village, wherein the people can move wherever they want, they can take their products wherever they want. The technology gets transferred from one place to another, the capital gets invested from one place to another, and even the cultural practices, other cultures starts adopting the other alien cultures, and it happens. And definition of globalization, and this definition is provided by none other than the WHO, the World Health Organization. And the increased interconnectedness, they say, they quote the increased interconnectedness and interdependence of people and countries. It is generally understood to include two interrelated elements: the opening of international borders to increasingly fast flows of goods, services, finance, people, and ideas, and the changes in institution and policies at national and international levels that facilitate or promote such flows. It's important that you have this definition that is given by WHO. After understanding it, then you have advantages of globalization. Globalization, as I told you, it's a though it looks simple, but it encompasses a lot of different concepts in itself. Access to new cultures, advantages: you will get an access to the new culture. The technology spreads from one place to another. Innovation, you see a striking the similarities between various countries. Some countries are poor, some countries are rich, some countries are super rich, some countries does not have the basic necessities, when the other countries are living in luxuries. Okay, these things are there. And when globalization takes place, even those underdeveloped countries also comes under it, and they also start developing. Whatever development of the underdeveloped countries is just because of the globalization. And lower cost of the product, because there are so many products that are being offered by so many people across the world, not just within the country. High standards of living across the globe, access to the markets, access to new talents. There is you can, as I said, there is a free movement of goods, human beings, technologies, and capital, then you can have new talent from all over the world, not just your region, not just your state, not just your country, not just your continent, but across all over the world. And increased flow of capital in various regions. You have seen after 1991, there are so many companies coming to India because of the LPG and collaboration of the shared resources, increased open-mindedness and tolerance. But there are few challenges, which we say disadvantages of globalization. There is more exploitation in this. There is high investment cost, confusing local system, weak regulation. Some countries have weak regulation, some countries have strong regulation. Where there is strong regulation, the countries doesn't come to work, the companies doesn't invest. Where there is a weak regulation, companies love to invest so that they can take advantage, and hence it's an exploitation. Immigration challenges, you might have seen, as I told, globalization is something where one person can move to any other country without any without any obstacles. It's just a free movement. If that free movement is, there is an immigration problem and localized job loss, lost cultural identity, because there's so many alien cultures that are followed by the indigenous people, and the global expansion difficulty, incurring tariffs and export fees. Okay, all these are challenges. Though everything has the advantages and disadvantages, that it depends upon how you weigh it. And when we weigh this, globalization should happen. Globalization is good for any country.